Watchdogs. Dev Sentence went down difficulty guide. So after we destroy the money of the Mendoza and the Harvest and Trustee Bank, now we're being watchdogs for Hector's coke, as we're transported inside a meat truck. So we just have to hold him off until we get a vehicle to distract the coke with. So the answer is very straightforward. It's the exact same free as always for loud, Dr. Bag, grenade case, ammo bag, and very unique to this is the armored escape. What it does, it just gives you a little more protection for the escape vehicle, so it should take a little more punishment, and I'll explain why this is very handy to have. Of course, my loadout will be my ICTV crits build, which I didn't really give it much explanation of talking at all because, well, at the time I couldn't have anything to talk with the mic, so I got it now. I'll explain a few things as we go through. Of course, our objective is to
okay, listen to me. When those doors open,
at least you had to move secure at least 4 coke, so we're gonna do that.
hey, half the goddamn
Maybe the lazy way, but
are you ready to defend
if you're just
yourselves?
going to just complete the difficulty, this is the way. Oh yeah, if you have a saw, you can able to open this to bypass waiting for all this. Now there's 2 parkour tricks I'm gonna show you. One is a shout out to my friend Tom Wood, and it's this one right here. If this door is closed and you can't get in, what you can do is, as you probably have a 2-piece too, you can able to get up on this box and up with this second one. Make sure, and then if you I failed. So if you sprint jump and then you actually crouch at the end, you should be able to get over side of that gate with no problem. Okay, I keep slipping off, never mind. But that's one way to do it. Now here's my trick of getting over this side. Just in case if that wall does not have a door and you always have a problem jumping from that gap from the warehouse to that platform, climb on the dumpster, climb on this, jump onto the pipes, and keep pressing the jump button to hop over the rails, and you should be able to lockpick this door, no problem. I always like to do this very first once I get out of the truck, so that way it buys me some time. And of course, usually that door will be disappear. Also on Mayhem and above, you actually had to jump on the catwalk. You have to jump making through this gap. On Overkill and below, you will just able to walk it, but on Mayhem and above, you actually had to jump over it. So basically, you just hold out, and there will be 3 locations where the truck will arrive. One will be across the street where I had to jump over that catwalk. One is by the yellow crane on the left side. That's where you had to basically get through that gate safely or jump over it. And the third and final spot will be on the street behind you. Now the purpose I want to run Unsteed Strike, and ever since then, it has become one of my favorite builds, or one of my favorite setups for Death Sentence. Mainly because it finally gives other weapons a chance to be ideal, not just shotguns and pistols all the time, or akimbo weapons. Normally the assault rifles and even the solo SMGs are usually just outclassed by the other weapons in this class, or other weapon category, because they either have better crits, or even armor players don't even have a chance to get crits, because the only purpose of actually going for low concealment is for either low blow or sneaky bastard. So I made a build that actually suits at least a bit more durable for armor build, but also make fun, also having fun with the other weapons. So now we just have to wait for where location going to be.
Okay, get the bags into the truck.
All right, yellow crane.
Okay, now get the bags into the truck. We need at least.
And I also noticed that the unseen strike, even if you took damage, even though it says that if you take any damage at that duration, it cancels the whole thing, but I still get crits, even though it took a little bit more damage. Now, of course, this is where I had to repair it. Luckily, I didn't wait for a couple seconds. So I'll try again since there's no one around. Except keep dropping off. So you have to be careful when you're doing a jump like this because to get that extra height, you just have to jump at the moment you land. Alright, here we go again. Okay, you can actually get this even with an ICTV. Of course, that's where you have a speed skill, of course. And the door has just opened before... just before I actually got over to the top. Now, of course, there is a little bit of a shortcut if you're playing this in Crime Spree. Of course, I'll explain it right away at the end of the video. So, I'm pretty sure this will be very handy. Yeah, watch out for that swap trade. Alright, once you do, you can just drop down here. Of course, you can also shoot that lock or shoot that doorknob to open this door. You don't have to lockpick it. Now, be careful when you try to get to that armored car. There will be cloakers. Basically, hide behind cover inside the cars, the black cars. Of course, I had no problems with it. I don't even run body expertise with this, since I don't have enough skill points. Once I see the escape vehicle arrive, not yet. When you see it, that's when you deploy your concussion grenades. And that's day one. About good 6 minutes. So yeah, once you you just have to basically master the jumps to able to achieve one of the more hardcore parkour skills. So like I said before, the moment that you land on the ground, jump again and push forward. But don't push too forward because you may end up slipping off the boxes like I did a couple times. But eventually it will pay off. I'll see you guys for day 2. Now we're on day 2 of Watchdogs. Now that we secured at least 4 coke, we're now moving to the warehouse in the dockyard. And we're gonna have Hector's boat to pick up the coke, and then we can be able to escape. So it's basically, of course, same thing like day 1. The objective is just defend the coke and survive for a couple of minutes until the boat arrives. Now the assets is the same thing, except there are now different pictures of the duck bag ammo bag, and this is the warehouse we will be holding off. And now we have the sniper, of course. Ilya, the sniper. I probably butchered the name. And if you see the pink marker, that basically shows where he's basically gonna snipe at. So he has a lot of good coverage. And the best part about the sniper, you can able to one-shot bulldozers, even a minigun bulldozer, and he will keep count of his kills, which is a nice, cool pay attention to detail. And of course, for weapon choice, this time I switched the rifle to the M-Car or Car 15. Well, since I like this weapon for well, my stoic M-Car build. I also like here, and also it did got a small stealth buff. You, of course,
The boat driver with a
grab the
floodlight
4
to the
cokes.
warehouse. It's the only
Now,
way.
the spawn will be different. Depends how well you, on which escape you do in day. Yeah, the escape will be different, or the spawn will be different. Depends where you escape. So if you escape from the armored vehicle, you spawn closer to the bags. But if you drive from a helicopter, you'll be spawned where this red container is with the street light. There will be workers there you can tie up.
Get down!
And of course, once you back up a coke, signal driver by lighting up the warehouse.
Let him have it.
Now, if you play on Overkill and below, you're able to go inside a warehouse. But on Mayhem and above, the warehouses are closed, so you actually have to fight outside. Also, pay attention to the number of the dock that has a number on it. So there's dock 7, which of course is a yellow crane. Dock 8 is behind a warehouse, and dock 9 is very close to the other containers. But also notice that there is a big cargo ship. That's where the enemy spawns, but this is also a good indicator that the boat will not come from that side. And this is the boat I always like to have it spawn here, because normally this is where the more action and where you're mostly going to defend around is usually here, either from dock 8 or dock 7.
Enemy helicopter inbound.
And I forgot to mention, in day 1 of Watchdogs, including day 2, the weather will change from day or night. So luckily I was playing actually their default weather, where Watchdogs day 1 it will be day, and day 2 will be night. But then of course a few updates later, or in the case of the release of the Crime Wave edition, we actually had the weather change. So they had a few of the weather change, including the bomb forest and the big oil day 1. I just really wish they would add more heist with weather changes. I mean, just like what they did with the Hudson Breakout day 1. I would love to play that in the snow. But when we're gonna get it, I probably have no clue.
Watch your ammo!
Of course, using the weakest assault rifle with the lowest rate of fire and the lowest rate of fire. Of course, the time to kill is gonna be that bad. But as you can tell, it's still no problem. Of course, the sniper actually did kill that cloaker, because I didn't hear Dragon got a quote for killing the cloaker, but I definitely hear the sniper did. But having a lower rate of fire is not always a bad thing. You're able to sustain the enemy fire, and plus it should help to control the recoil a lot more, since the M card does have the highest ability by default, so makes it much more controllable. But in the end, almost every other assault rifle can be controllable as well, with the right skill and the attachment.
You should feel good. I know I do. You bought yourself a breather, so start breathing and get it done.
I think usually after this assault rifle is over, that's when the boat should arrive.
SWAT is stepping up, guys. This will get hairy.
Of course, anytime we have the boat arrive, I always deploy a equipment either on top of the boxes or one in the very back. It really depends where you're gonna locate with the boat. I find it's gonna take a little bit while because I
Boat's coming in at dock 7.
didn't activate the lights that quick, since I was just, well, grabbing the bag for the AI and also explain a few things for day 1. So when you up to the boat, you can only secure 4 bags at a time. So just make sure you don't overthrow it or having too much, because you will dunk it into the water. Of course, you will get the trophy called Fish AI, which you get it by throwing a Coke in the water, and the name Fish AI is a reference to the game Call of Duty Ghosts, especially when you're having that underwater mission where the fish actually moves, and then people are starting to make memes out about it.
Just hang tight.
And another trophy you get for Watchdogs Day 1 is escaping in the red vehicle. Doesn't have to be armored or not. You will get the trophy, which is very easy. You just have to wait at the street location. I mean, the first time you probably don't see it. You probably will miss it, but once you, of course, know it, it becomes very easy. Of course, now we wait for the... Wait for the helicopter to arrive. Okay, I hear a helicopter. I think that's ours. But sometimes a helicopter will drop more cops on the ship, so be careful. Now, another good trick to secure all the loot but save you on time: if you have 4 bags left, have each player or AI carry one and bring it to the escape zone. It will still count the same loot secured as you do on the boat.
We lost a little coke on this job, but it could have been worse. Hector will still be pleased.
So that is Watchdogs Day 1, and that took me about 7 minutes. So in total, that was 13 minutes. For 2 days, it's a very short heist, if you think about it. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, where we make a comeback for some cook-off, but this time with more days. Rats. Until then, farewell, and have a wonderful day, everyone. Alright, bonus of the day. Now I'm gonna show you a little shortcut how to do in Crime Free. Of course, once the truck has stopped moving, wait for the icon to appear, and you can easily saw, just like that. Luckily there's no door, but I'm gonna go through. Now, any explosive weapon would do, and to make it more easier, I just hop on this rail. Of course, I use the M79 grenade launcher. Bring up the sights, the rear sight, and have the 2 little lines line up with the 2 chimneys at the very distance, and fire away. And now we just have to wait for the chopper. And you probably know the rest.
Okay, folks, so here's what I did. I got you an escape chopper. Thank me later. He's on his way. Give him hell. 2 minutes, guys.
Well, I'll see you guys right back when we reach the helicopter.
Not much longer.
Alright, we're back a bit, and back a little bit forward, and here's the chopper.
They just stepped up their efforts.
And if you notice, I have not secured any bags. I left all the bags in the meat truck, so we can escape right away.
All right, the chopper's going to the docks, folks. Out of the frying pan. It's got most of it, and most of it is better than none of it. Hector will be happy with how
Better
you
than none of
handled
it.
yourself.
I
Gotta get to
didn't
the
get
boat
any,
now.
Bane. Okay, by playing day 2 of... As you can see, I have no bags to carry. So, I have no bags to carry since I did not...
Hey, everyone, don't forget the bags.
Since I can't grab it, well, since I didn't secure any day 1, you basically can't beat this heist with this strat in a normal game. Now, I think this is one of the reasons why this map does not appear on the crime spree rotation. Mainly because they would have to load you up with at least 4 bags. Since crime spree does not carry the progression from different days, or from each day, it's very different. So that's what happens if you try to go through day 1 without getting the bags. You are completely stuck and basically soft locked your own game. And he went flying. So yeah. Make sure you secure at least 4 bags.